moneymaker. And if you put them in, I know from experience, they don't work. Because I did it on my BMW.
But you did it the wrong way?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm trying to talk to you about this. See, you don't even listen for advice. Yeah, you just admitted right there that you did it the wrong way on the car.
I took the right shock and built it up as the left on the table that I swapped springs. And I installed it.
But see, if I would have been there, I would have told you don't do it that way, and you know.
Negative.
Yes, you are negative. What's up, Maniacs? Do we have an episode for you today? Finally, we're gonna take a break from working on the body because we're frankly tired of it. And I'm sure you guys are too, because we're on episode 29 today. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna install some coilovers on this thing, much needed lowering, you know? I've been getting comments on the posts, things too high, things too high. No, I know, we just haven't got to it yet. So, today we're gonna throw these top secret coilovers in. And coilovers is sweet. Jim, can you grab me the strut from the front that you already pulled out? So for those of you who don't know what coilovers are, they're awesome. They're adjustable. And so here's one of the front struts. This is the factory on this car. Very much like any other car, European or Japanese or whatever, like compact car stuff. So this is a strut. It's got the shock and the spring. This, you know, determines the height of where the vehicle sits. So this is the replacement piece right here. Sits in, bolts in, except now you actually have adjustability. This is a rear. You can adjust the height as to where you want it to go. So these are the fronts, these are the rear springs, rear shocks, and then this kit actually came with a camber kit for the rear. So you can adjust the front camber right here at the top, which will adjust your alignment. And on the rear, it has a piece that you can adjust, again, the rear camber on it. So pretty sweet kit, came with the spanner wrenches so that you can adjust this when it's in the car, and you can adjust the height fairly easily. You know, you probably do have to pull the wheels off in most cases to be able to get to it, but you can fine tune that height. And so now that we're gonna have this in the car, now we can know where we need to cut the fenders so we can start building those flares, the wide body for this thing. So today should be a really fun episode. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And we really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Heat shield. So check it out. The packaging is done really, really well. This box came from Oregon to Arizona, and as you can see, I got here in really good shape. The way they package this is pro. I mean, the stuff is not moving around. This is the exhaust manifold right here for this top mount turbo kit. It's an awesome piece, man. Check it out. So rad. Great job on the packaging, for sure. Hey guys, check out what came in this last week to the shop. This is the Doc Race top mount turbo kit for the N54 motor, which is what we have in this BMW 335i. Doc Race is the authority when it comes to these BMW platforms. They have the most complete kit on the market that includes everything from all the fittings to all the lines, the oil lines, the coolant lines, every nut and bolt and plug, which is really, really important because not only does it save you from spending more money on these little things, but it saves you a ton of time when you're in the middle of doing this install and you have to run to a hardware store or something like that to try to pick up a fitting. So I can't emphasize how important it is to have that, you know, full kit. And so that's what we got today. Guys at Doc Race, man, the packaging, starting from the packaging, just, you know, class act all the way through. So this is the full kit. This is the heart of it right here. This is the exhaust manifold for the turbo. Everything with the heat shield, really sweet. It's got the Doc Race logo, laser etched into it. And we also went with their port injected intake manifold. Super cool, and it just happened to work out that it was a red one, which is what the accent color that we're using on this car. So that's gonna work out really well in the engine bay. So go check out docrace.com. Not only do they have a full array for BMWs, but they also provide kits for Toyota 2JZ, for Mitsubishi, for Mazda, for Nissan, and even they have a twin turbo kit for Lamborghini. So these guys are cool. Go check out their website. We can't wait to install this kit. But it won't be today, but it will be soon. We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Doc Race. Can't wait to see what this thing puts out on the dyno. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, so maybe just set this up to be like, you know, about a 2-inch drop. And then that should still give us the proper stroke, right? Yeah. So this is the rear. The rear is separate, so you have a shock separately and you have a coil separately. And so now we're gonna be going with the shock, and it's kind of cool. The shock body actually can be lowered as well, so that I guess the stroke is in that's where it is, right?
Yeah, max compression.
Yeah, so the compression is in the right place when it's lowered. And this is what's going to set the correct height. Actually, yeah, there's probably some pieces missing right there, but yeah, so right there. So now we're just trying to figure out where to start, you know, with it. What's like a good starting point? And so we're just going to start at mid height on the front and the rear and see what happens. And we've really kind of screwed up. I screwed up. I forgot to measure the starting point on the car where we were, that stock height. Don't really mad at myself right now because, well, you know, we have to keep moving. And we'll see where we're at when we drop it, and then we'll play with it, move the car around, and make sure it's not our concrete that's off. So that's what we do. Yeah, we're gonna drop it more. Jim thinks that we're gonna be way too high to even begin, so we'll try. We're trying to go another inch down. Check it out. So Jim and Bob worked on the front of this thing, and forgot to mention, it's actually a pretty easy procedure to pull struts out and put it in, whether you're putting lowered springs in or you're doing the coilovers like we did. You have to remove this bolt right at the bottom here. You have to use a chisel to put in between there to kind of spread that so that this will slide out. You do have to disconnect your sway bar linkage, which is right over here on the other side of the strut. So you got to disconnect this nut right here. That's your sway bar linkage. That'll go down. You do have to, actually you probably don't even have to. We did. We pulled, did you end up pulling the caliper on the passenger side too?
No.
No, so yeah, you really don't even need to pull the caliper off. Yeah, maybe in some cases, but not on this car. So once this is removed right here, you put a floor jack in before you actually pull the bolt all the way out, and then you can push this down.
Now push.
They'll expose this strip right here for you.
We never
Undo the 3 bolts on top. You can pull it out. And so
You gotta do that now?
at first, we were doing it really the wrong way on the other side. Pull the top out first. It kind of worked, but probably the better way to do it is in this order here. And then putting it back together is just reverse order. We're gonna go ahead and throw the wheels on right now. I think Ryan's still finishing on the right rear. Throw the wheels on, and I gotta clearance the fenders again one more time right now because we know for sure the wheel's gonna hit that. So we're gonna go in and lower the car and see where we're at. Tear down, so watch out. Because that's the wrong way. So the back clears, that's good. Stop right there, Bob, is good. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, it's gonna clear right there. Cool. So we actually had a pretty good day today, putting in those coilovers on the car. And it's definitely down about 2 inches right now. The front spoiler is about 4.5 inches off the ground. The side still looks a little high, but that's because it rolls under, so it'll look a lot lower. But I'm still trying to decide. So we bottomed out the coilovers. This is as low as they can go right now on the rear and on the front. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go lower than this still. In which case I would have to do a little, or we would have to do a little customizing. We'd have to probably cut one coil off the rear on the coilovers, and that would allow us to go lower, and then we could still raise it back up if we need to adjust a little bit. So right now I'm just gonna work on clearancing out the fenders one more time now that it's sitting at this height. I'm gonna go ahead and I put a mark right here, so it's a nice even to the tire mark. I'm gonna cut that out on both sides on the front. I'm also gonna clean up the rear a little bit so it matches up the radius on the wheel a little bit better. This is something that we're still working on right here. This was the old 49 little half fender, but this is kind of rotted under here. So thinking about just cutting this outer sheet metal off skin, putting a new one on here anyway, and then we can fix that gap right there so that it's correct. All in all though, it's really coming along pretty good. I like the stance. I like how it looks. It looks mean. It looks really mean. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week.